So once you get pre-approved, or even before that actually, as a buyer, you should be aware of what expenses you're going to have when buying your house. Keep in mind that every transaction is different, and some of these may not apply to you, or may apply more, or may have different numbers, but at least you have an understanding of what's expected of you as a buyer. The first one is the most obvious one and the one that most people are aware of, which is down payment. Even this one doesn't always apply to you as a buyer, depending on what kind of financing product you're using. The most common ones are conventional 3% down if you're owner occupant, first time home buyer. Then you have FHA 3.5% down, also if you're owner occupant, first time home buyer. And then you can do conventional 5% plus, right? If you are living in the property, but maybe not a first time home buyer, that would be perfectly fine. The second one is your home inspection, if you wish to have one. This one also varies greatly depending on the type of property, whether it's a single family house or a multi-family house, and also the square footage of the house. The most typical home inspection would actually be a single family house under 2,000 square feet, and that will run you around between $600 and $850 depending on who does your home inspection. It usually includes termite inspection as well. Not every company does it, but it usually does. And then you do have add-ons like radon testing and things like that you can also spend additional money on in order to get that peace of mind. Multi-family houses are obviously bigger properties, typically, and they will run you between $900 and $1,100 depending on how many units, for example. And that's because there are like 2, 3, 4 different furnaces to look at. Water heaters are also, you also have more to look at, electrical panels. So it's a more time-consuming home inspection. And then you have properties that have well water or septic tanks that require additional testing. Those are usually done by a third party, so it would also be additional. And the last one, and usually the one that takes people by surprise the most, are your closing costs. This one's the most difficult to explain because it incorporates so many different things, but let's give it a shot. Closing costs are a bundle of fees, prepaids, and expenses that are associated with the purchase. The bulk of it will typically be your prepaid taxes and prepaid insurance that you're doing ahead of time in order to start creating that cushion for the bank. For example, they'll always want you to prepay a year worth of homeowner's insurance up front, and then every time you make your monthly payment after you close, they'll be replenishing that escrow account, which is just like, think of it as a savings account that the bank controls, in order to be able to make the next payment next year. This, along with attorney fees and other adjustments like oil, water, sewer, or even the taxes that the current owner has already paid for, could easily add up to 3 to 5% of your purchase price. So keep that in mind. I hope this sheds some light to what to expect when it comes to expenses for your typical real estate purchase. Also, like I said before, all these numbers vary from transaction to transaction. It's just to make you understand that there are more expenses than just your down payment. If you have any questions at all, just slide into our DMs or comment below. Thanks for watching.